he has 3 children from his previous marriage. I have 3, and then we just had a baby.
We have one child.
One child. Took us a while to get her. 5 miscarriages.
We have one daughter. She's 3. She has been, oh God, the joy to our lives. We went through about 3 years before we had kids. Well, when I met him, of course, I had 3 kids. They were all small, though. And
2 boys.
2 boys.
2 boys,
2 boys and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 awesome kids. 2 sons and 2 daughters. The guys are ages 24 and 22. The girls are 21 and 19. And they drive us crazy.
We have 2.
2. A boy and a girl. Perfect.
No grandbabies.
No grandbabies.
We're late bloomers, so.
Well, we got 3 kids. The oldest is Michaela. She's 19. Kevin Jr. is 15. And Victoria is 13.
We may try. You know, if it happened, it happened.
Y'all know what number y'all want, and y'all go
1. That's it. 1.
Y'all want 1 baby?
We got 3 already.
Y'all bet so. Look at this one.
You kids cost money.
In the beginning, I already came with the relationship with 3 children.
Okay.
Our 3 oldest. So that alone, everybody have an idea. You're looking at a young lady with 3 children, you know, staying inside public assistance, housing, and just for the judgmental eye, not knowing what happened, why I'm there, or what I'm going through, or what type of person I am. If you don't ask that question, then you're assuming all the stereotypical worst, and that's what his family kind of did.
How we deal with a blended family? We are the Black Brady Bunch. When I say it, people cringe, but we don't. It's normal.
It was hard for me because I was young, like I said at the time, and she had a child who was at the time with 2. She was 2, and but once I met her, I fell in love instantly.
You got this young boy, just graduating from high school, wanting to deal with a young lady with children. So they already going to put everything possible in his head and out in the atmosphere without trying to get to know me. Nobody tried to get to know me or see what my situation was or what I've been through.
I didn't tell him I had kids. I was afraid to tell him I had kids. I want him to get to know me first, because most people say, you know, you with 3 kids, nobody gonna talk to you. Nobody gonna have time for you or none of that. So I was afraid to tell him that I had kids, and after a month later, well, he came by, he said, well, who child is that? And or he'll come or talk on the phone like, who's that? Like,
yeah, I was picking up on a date.
Before, I'm not gonna lie, when we met and we were, you know, getting to know each other, and I was like, how many kids do you have? And he was like 3, and I was like, okay, 3 plus 3 is 6. I don't know. That's a lot of children. But now we go on trips, we go on, we have game. It's normal. And when they're not there, it's too quiet.
It was rough, like, because I had to deal with, of course, you know, her father, kid's father, and we didn't see eye to eye, which made it worse first. But as time she, it's the grace of God. That's the only thing that made it work, because I was scared, and my parents, they were like, oh, she got a child. Are you sure you wanna? I'm like, Mama, yeah, it's gonna be okay. I know I'm young, but I'm not making the wrong decision.
And then they was assuming that I was his first, for whatever reason that was. And they also was assuming I was the oldest person that he ever dated or had sexual intercourse with. Mind you, we only 2 years apart. That was also false. Was not the first. older person he been with.
And my sister was watching the kids, and I just went on to say, okay, you know, first I said I had one, or did I say I had two? And then later on, I was like, okay, I have three. You know, I have 3 kids, and you know, we've been talking, everything going good. So I mean, I said, I know you're in school, because he was at Savannah State. He was going to school. His parents, you know, they was cool with me probably until they found out I had kids. Then they kind of probably turned on him like, you don't got time for nobody with kids. That's a ready-made family. And
somebody asked, how many kids y'all got? I'm like, we got 7 now. 7? I'm like, yeah, 7. Like, one lady made a comment, and she was like, at work, she was like, they would be eating McDonald's and da-da-da every day if I had that many kids. And I said, well, good thing God didn't bless you with 7 kids, because they would be done for.
But my dad, he was a supporter. Like, he was like, he claimed her as his grandchild, yeah. And you know, but over time it got better. Like, you know, I wasn't traded for the world. Like, I claim her as my own. I always have. Never said stepdaughter. You know.
To me, I knew that she was the one, and none of that ever mattered, because, like I said, we met at the club. We were dancing, we were drinking, we were having a good time. You know, she from Miami, I'm from Savannah. I want to see you do your Miami dance, and I'm going to do my Savannah dance. You know, but anyway, make a long story short, how I knew she was the one was because she was different. You know, she was so different, and she kept it real with me, like, from the start.
Our blended family, the kids weren't the issue. In the beginning, it was the other spouses, or the exes, whatever, were the problem. Us blending, because I believe both of us were ready and we knew what we were getting into. For the most part, I believe the exes tried to.
I ain't had that much problem.
You didn't. I'm just being nice. It was more so
my ex-wife.
His ex-wife wasn't.
Not something to be.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't
that's
nice.
the biggest challenge.
But we married for 2 years and we had a baby, and that didn't stop nothing.
When she told me, well, before she told me, you know, of course I was wondering like who the kids were, and she said she had told me, and I sat down and I told her, I said, I understand, and ain't nothing wrong with dating a girl with kids. And I told her, I said, you know, I got stuff going on right now, like school and so on, and working. And I said, well, we could date and see, because she was like, it's cool if you just want to be friends. I said, nah, I mean, I do care about you, I like you. But of course, that was a month in? Yeah, it was about a month or so in. So we started talking more, dating more. And then, you know, of course, I came around, and you get to see the kids and talk to them and everything. I enjoyed them, and everything started growing stronger.
And I used to just feel insecure a lot, because here I have this wonderful new husband and his family, traditional, like mother, father, children for years, like this legacy that they had, and here I am, untraditional. And then I felt like I started thinking maybe I made a mistake, you know?
So when we started talking and everything, she ain't been like, she kept it real with me. Okay, I have this and this is what I had. And then when we were dating, it ain't happen like that. I was used to stuff coming to me like this, like, okay, you know, no time. So now I'm sitting here like, oh, she making me wait. And then all of that, I couldn't even see the kids in the beginning. It took me like probably 8 months before I even first seen the kids.
And the kids, it wasn't much, but it was some, you know, because here it is, I'm coming with my way of doing things, and she been with them, they been with her all their life, and they had a certain way of doing things, so I come in and say, hey, this need to be done this, well, you know, do it this way.
And as we moved on, you know, I said, look, you know, I definitely, my father wasn't like, you don't need no ready-made family right now. But my mom was like, if you care about her, you know, go after what you want. And I did. So I told her, I said, look, we're going to, you know, keep on dating. And if we keep on getting stronger as a relationship, I don't care if you have kids or not, you know. And we went from there, and everything went stronger till we got to the point that me and my friend was going to Savannah State. We had apartment together, and lease was coming up, and I asked her to move in, and we moved in together, and everything started clicking, and I thought, yeah, she's the right woman.
Maybe this isn't. Maybe you needed someone who hadn't already, and then we prayed, and he made me feel like he was like, I love you, I love her too, and it was like a relief.
You see what I'm saying? I thought her house was her grandmama's house, so she ain't even never come to her house. Every time we met at her grandmother's house, but I'm thinking that's her house. You see what I'm saying? So that stuff like that to me at the time, when I look, I said, you know what? Something different, something about her.
I brought like a lot of what I learned from it, but him and the issues we had, and I'm putting it on him and the baggage. At first I did, and then he was like, hey, you either gonna let that go and be all in with me, basically, or what? I'm saying basically. You want me to tell him what you said?
Nah,
okay. he is so romantic. He is so romantic, but he has to put on like he's like Suge Knight or something. But he is not.
And she was working. She was trying to do for herself. You know, trying to take care of her kids, take care of the kids by herself at that time, and just trying to do a lot. She was really trying to make it. She one of the ones. I mean, you think about it like this. You have some people that stay on the landings. That's mind gone. They just done. You got people that stay in the hood or stay in the projects that are unique, genuine, kings as well as queens.
Baby daddy drama,
right.
None of that. So I said that's something you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, and I kind of said that because they was young, so they grew up with me, so I wanted to make sure and keep them out that that kind of atmosphere, and which they did good. I think they grew up well. Mm-hmm.
But that's what I said. Basically, is what he said, and so I was like, okay, because I had a wall up because I had been cheated on, so I was just like, I don't know. But he was like, you either gonna let me in 100% or I'm gonna have to go. And I would have been a fool to, cause this to, leave because I'm holding on to something that's already moved on and on something else.
So it was like God just made her just for me. 3, back the rest of them off. But but it attracted me. You see what I'm saying?
And then we had our son, and we were married, and we had our family, and then that was when I felt like, okay, I can trust and I can loosen some of these things up, because even though everybody on the outside was saying, I don't know, are you sure? He was saying, I am sure. And that just made it just solid. It was solid.
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 I'm not a person that hate nobody. So things happen. We all human. Temptation is very high. So, if anything, I would say we need to seek counseling.
I would handle my mate being unfaithful by, number one, counseling. Have to have counseling, even if we're gonna even think that we're gonna start to repair the relationship. Has to be counseling involved.
Well, of course, in a marriage, there's going to be problems. There's problems. But an infidelity problem? Oh, wow. I don't know how I would, be able to deal with that.
I can't say that infidelity would be a reason for me to walk away from my marriage, because of the fact that when you invest your time and your energy into something and you work at it, sometimes it's not easy to just walk away.
Before it even gets to that, like, have that open communication where if you do feel like you want to go out there or whatever, we have to fix that so it does not happen.
And to be more so counseling with, of course, God before anybody else.
One time that, okay, we have a problem, it's a red flag. Let's see what's going wrong in this relationship and what needs to be fixed. There's a big difference between a mistake and someone who just doesn't care.
It shouldn't be a reason why you feel like you have to go out there and cheat when you have everything that you need at home.
Like, you have to be sorry. I know it's another term for it, but you have to show that you remorseful. That's the word. You have to show remorse. You have to show that it was an accident, maybe vulnerability, or was it on, you know, I really love you, it just was a mistake. It has to be some type of remorse. If it's just, you're not even like, oh well, or if they try to place the blame on you, then it's gonna go to the point of no return.
Like I said, you have to find out why it happened. What is the reasoning behind it? Not necessarily what you're doing wrong, but where did we go wrong in the relationship?
I feel like it has to be a reason for someone to just go out there, because why would you just go out there? You just go out there just because you say, well, I can, you know, and why could you? Because if you say you love someone, why would you do something like that to hurt them? You know, because that would be hurt. And then you think about the other person. If you decide that you want to do something like that, or if they do something like that, how would you feel?
To me, infidelity could be a number of so many different things.
Once they show remorse, acknowledge that they were wrong, and maybe they put in more effort to repair it, then think about rebuilding their relationship.
Early on in our marriage, we were, like I said, like Kevin was like 22, I was like 25, and then just, you know, growing and stuff, and then there goes that listening to other people type junk. And I started working. I had a job and it just wasn't working out, so I ended up quitting the job, not even discussing it. It was just like I'm not doing this isn't right for me, I'm done. And he's like, what? So me feeling like, okay, I did put us in a bind, let me find a job. I need to find a job. I didn't care what job it was. And then in that process, I found a job, and around this time, we're just at each other's throat. Nothing's right. We're arguing, blah blah blah.
Well, before we got married, you know, I used to drink at home. That's what I did for fun. You know what I mean? That's what I did. You know, so that's, you know, some people go shoot pool, some people look at football, but you know what I mean, I love women. You know what I mean? But that's what I used to do.
Man, sometimes, man, the temptation in the way the enemy works, man, when you're not being careful. Remind what his job is. His job is to seek, kill, and destroy. He walks around like a lion seeking to devour.
Right.
So when especially when you got a calling on your life, and especially when you are connected spiritually, he gonna come to you in ways that it's gonna catch you off guard. You know, there's been some things that I wanted to know from a female point of view. So I end up talking to a female about my life, you know, and as I was just talking to her about it, you know, man, I started pouring things into this female, thinking that the female, her best interest is that she gonna listen, she gonna give me the advice and this, that, and the third. However, it was ammunition. It was building up for evil.
For me, it was the ex. And it was because I had insecurities. And like, let's say she looks a certain way and I don't. And I would see pictures that she would send him. And I wasn't, if I was concerned about him entertaining something, because anytime she would send him something, he would show me and be like, this is what I said. So I trusted him. So it wasn't him, but it was my insecurities. I'd be like, she looks like that, and so if he's seeing that, and if he had that, and then that was hard for me. She was hard for me, but then I was like, he's with you, and if he is with you, clearly that's not what he's interested in.
And I was forced to wear the pants.
Exactly, but
that's why
I was a child and I was a boy. When I became a man, the roles have changed,
and that's why.
And it's like she want to go revert back to how it used to be, but it ain't. This how it's going to be. You know what I mean? This how things are now. You know, sometimes I got to put a little bass in my voice, but I'm not a tyrant.
With him saying about him kind of showing attention to females and giving them the wrong idea. Me, humble, cool person. I'm not a jealous type of person. But my husband, that's who my trust and everything is into. I'm not worried about females and people out here because that's normal. That's life. I know why I'm attracted to him, so I'm pretty sure everybody else would see it as well. But if he opened up that door, I'm not worried about the female. If you allow that door to be open, then it's you. That's all on you.
Well, the most difficult thing was the the homemonger. That's what he did.
Infidelity.
Excuse me, the infidelity. He did a lot of that.
But that was before we got married.
But we were still together.
Yeah, we were together.
So it was difficult to deal with. Finding out things that the man you were with, cheating on you with several different women. You looking for him, you can't find him, and it was hard, very hard. And it was times like I was like, I don't want to deal with this.
I'm at work, and then I'm working in the insurance business, and I'm just like, all these are men. Like, so we're just talking. They're talking. They're adding their 2 cents about stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, well, we're all talking. Let's talk. But then there was this one for me. I didn't think this guy was taking an interest in me, but then I realized after telling Kevin, this guy, like, we're always talking, like, oh, he's so this, like, he does this, he does that. And it wasn't until my younger brother said, how would you feel if Kevin came home every day in your ear telling me about this particular young woman who's at work and how awesome she is and all these things she does and how y'all are working so close together.
It's times when it happened in the past. It happened in the past, but even after the fact we got married, he was home and I was working and he wasn't at the time, so he had a lot of idle time, so he'd be on the internet, and it was some things that came up that made me go back to him before, when he was cheating before. I forgave him for the things that he did at the time, but then when something like this come up again, how do you forgive him? How do you forget it?
It was a couple of issues, a couple of different situations, but none got as big as this one that he's talking about now. This shit was so bold to literally get so much out of him. He let her play him against me. And she knew what she was doing, because by the time me and her got on the phone, she's like, yeah, I said that. And I said, why would you say something like that with you being a woman? I don't know. You don't know? You don't know. You know what you was doing. You tried to get where you needed to be at. She told her little friends. She told other people. She made this so big. It was about time somebody could have got into Todd or something. I don't know. This little perfect relationship they thought they had.
There was no infidelity, but there was why don't we do dinner and then we can talk about these prospects? And I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, I'm going to go to dinner with... Right. And it's like, what are you doing? And it just kind of, it was hard.
I don't struggle with it right now like I used to. Because like over the past couple of years, I ain't gonna say he's been perfect, but he's been awesome. He hasn't been cheating on me. He hasn't been stepping out on me, as far as I know. But it's been times that every little thing I felt like, is he out there cheating again? Is he with another woman? I'm not at that place right now like I was, because at one point I was like, I'm not gonna forgive him. As soon as I let my guard down, and before, something will happen again. But we're not at that place right now. He has God as the head of his life, so he's a different person. So I don't have to look at him like that.
Baby, she literally, when I say douse me, she doused me. You get what I'm saying? With all type of stuff, and she was so happy to go tell anybody who had it there. You get what I'm saying? So it's crazy, because I said I'm not worried about the females, but when you open that door, that's my problem. That's what hurted me, is just all of that.
The S really didn't put up well. At the beginning, she just still send me pictures, or try to be sexually active with me. They gotta turn it down. I guess trying to show her that I still got a place in his heart. Yeah. Nah, that ain't what it was. She tried to cause some drama, but I guess our love we ain't let it happen.
I ended up going on like a a retreat and an Emmaus walk that my dad had invited me. He's like, you should go, you know, because I was, like I said, I was trying to figure out, okay, well, what are we doing? Well, who is Tasha? This and that. And I guess it was all in God's design, because while I was away, he decided to call, because they were like, you can't bring phones, you're going to be in his cabin. Well, I left my phone and everything with my husband.
Now, I can see these women that's coming on to him. I have seen them. You know, he don't see it, because he just you know, going along his, you know, he's handsome. I'm not just saying that because he's my husband, but I think he's really handsome. And I sat back and watched women check him out, you know? And he's just sitting up there, and they're like, are you looking good today? And like, I don't like that. I mean, it's okay to give him a compliment, but don't come on to my husband. You know what I mean? But you know what? I'm over that. It took me a while. It took me a long time.
But here's the thing.
The real answer, you know,
the real one.
But for me, it was porn, but you gotta stop porn, because we hit a block at one point where when she did decide, or I ain't gonna say did decide, but when we did get intimate, I couldn't stay up, because I don't know what it was. I'm guessing because I was watching porn and then not getting it from her, and then so you had to kind of fall back on that.
It was a mess.
And say,
it was a mess.
We got to start doing something now, because I don't want to get drove to cheat, or
and that's what I thought about. I would think about, like, if he cheated on me right now, I could not blame him, and so I had to cater to him, because who am I kidding? Like, you need intimacy, period.
I've been honest and admit, you know, a great, I call him my pops, but he's my uncle. When he talked to me, he put me to the side and talked to me man to man. And matter of fact, when we went, we sat, and we sat at the church, you know, and we sat down and we talked. And he just let me know. He said, "Son, you know, what you did, you shouldn't have did it. It really." He just let me know how much it had hurted her.
So a phone call came through.
Or a text.
He remembers. There was a text message that had come through, and it wasn't that it was anything explicit. It was the fact that he alluded to, I had a sweet voice, couldn't wait till I come back. And that just kind of just set the whole fire.
Him being in like the working with organizations and doing stuff like that, that's why all these females kind of come up in the picture. And I have told him, I said, I don't have a problem, but I already know that something isn't right. If you never met me or talked to me or anything, and I come up and I speak to you and you looking at me sideways,
here I am away.
The whole weekend she was gone, so
I was gone.
I'm home with the kids.
He's home.
You know.
And it was hard. And then I felt so sorry. Like, I just remember feeling so horrible that I didn't even see what was happening or what could have happened, that I just I really put myself in check and I asked Kevin for forgiveness.
I already know it's something planned, and each time it never fails. I had these different issues with different females, and what it was something going. They had some kind of intent that was not good with Todd. Like, she went full on, you know. So it was just wrong. And then afterwards, it was like, cool, you know, I'm good. I literally did not let her see anything come out of me. I just then took what she said. I didn't say nothing back to her. That was great. And after that, she was still trying to mess with him, I guess because I handled it so well that I didn't, like, you know what I mean, go berserk or want to fight her or do more. She just kept being persistent with, like, calling him, like, and when we see him, I don't know if I can say that part, church. Anyway, when we see him in church, right. She would literally try to come up in his face, you know what I mean? And I was like, what do I gotta do? And at this point, I was like, no, I don't have to do nothing. He need to tell her to, bruh, that's a done deal. Get out my face. You know what I'm saying? And so I told him, people only allow you to let whatever you let them do. See, she thinks it's still okay. for you to keep coming up in your face. So he has to do something. So at that point, it was just beyond ridiculous. But
it was so more to it than just what we talking about. It by that situation happening, it also allowed some other things to happen that needed to happen, because before that happened, it was a lot of things that I was seeking for my youth organization, and I was seeking on how to make it a nonprofit. I was trying to my best. I went to people who had nonprofits, and they would not share their information with me. They would not give me their information. And the reason why I see it now, because I had the wrong people in my circle. So God wasn't going to allow that to happen until they removed themselves.
So she was part of the circle?
Yes. Oh, it was a bunch of them. Remember I told you she went and she had a field day telling everybody what just happened. All of them was gone.
She was the fire that pushed the rest of them against me. And once all of them got out the way, so I took it up a whole notch.